There we are. Good, excellent connection. May 7th, 2025, 7:30 p.m. Talking shit, getting clicks. We live. Our show for tonight. Waiting. Just waiting. I don't see it coming up. Insane in there. Why don't we just check it out real quick? Oh, we live. Oh, we are. Just waiting. Nice. Nice. Alright, let the children sing. Let's get it up. I'm Mo 3 times. Welcome to Talking Shit, Getting Clicks. Yeah, you already know. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. My fish. Where's my fish? Where's all my fish? Where's my other fish? Oh, there he is. Listen. Yo. What's up? Talking shit, getting clicks. It is Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Just out there.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Shout out to the Jump Out Boys in all the cities you guys are jumping out in. Straight up and down. I mean, Mo 3 times. Welcome to We Live. You know the drill. We're going to pull apart these headlines, right? We're going to scrape off all the spin and all the fluff and all the misinformation and call it exactly how we see it. But tonight, oh man, we are going deeper. We're going deeper. We're going deeper. I can't stand that. What is this? Oh, is this how we're going? Okay, fine. I need an administrator. We're gonna go deeper, but because this ain't just about murder cases, or I'll show you once again. It's not about murder cases or police shootings or playground racists. No, tonight we're talking about how all that chaos turns into cold, hard cash. What? What, Mo 3 times? What are you talking about? Right now, we are looking at from left to right, Carmelo Anthony, that's Shiloh Kendricks, that is Austin, it's the last, Metcalf, then we have a Ryan Hinton, and then we have the father, Rodney Hinton Jr. right there. Everybody pictured on this thumbnail, showcase, whatever you want to call it, called Funding Hate this evening. All of them have been involved in something violent or vicious or cruel. So how in the hell, Mo 3 times, are you saying, nah, tonight we're talking about how all that chaos turns into cold hard cash? Play my music. That's right. You're asking me that. But I'm going to tell you how tragedy flips into a 6-figure payday on sites like GoFundMe and Give, Send, Go. Oh, you see where I'm going with that right now.
I can't control it.
Yes, I can. Right? We're going to talk about how some folks have just figured out how the most twisted hustle of all I mean, of all time, you know, profiting from pain, profiting from outrage and hate. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So check it out. Grab your drink. Grab your snack. Buckle up, because we're about to wade through some messy waters. And trust me, the sharks are a-circling. All right, and as with all Wednesdays, 313-825-5557 is the call-in line. So if you want to speak your mind, by all means, honestly, it is here for you. Now, let me first go up the block real quick. Let me go up the block. Right? All right, so check this out. First up on the block is a Texas tragedy that's got us all. It's time. You know how I get. Like, we got to talk about this because this is a Texas tragedy, and there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of ingredients to the online mayhem. I mean, we got young lives lost. We got rumors flying. And obviously, we got donation pages blowing up while bodies are barely cold. And let's break it all of the way down. All of the way down. All right. So, go to my monitor. That's what we'll do. We'll go to my monitors. That's kind of crazy. Hold on, give me a second here. Maybe I should have just left the music going. Studio mode. All right. Studio mode. I want this to be, let's go over. No, that's good. Oh, let's go over here. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'll be seeing my notes and stuff. All right, we're gonna bring this down. All right. So first and foremost, let me take this off. I would like to talk about. I want to go up the block a little bit. I want to first and foremost understand why this is like this. Maybe let these guys see. How about that? Just for your reason, pleasure, I'll take it away. All right. So listen. We're gonna crack open a case that's been flooded. Texas headlines. A case that sparked a whole lot of internet firestorm. And let's be honest, we're gonna set off way too many trash rumors here. All right. So to begin with, we'll talk about the killing of Austin Metcalf. He's a 17-year-old Memorial High School star athlete who was stabbed to death at a track meet. Now, his alleged killer, the person of color in this picture, is another 17-year-old that goes by the name of Carmelo Anthony. No, not the NBA guy, but he's a Centennial High School student. So we have a Memorial High School student and a Centennial High School student. And what's all behind this? Well, a storm of race-baiting misinformation, online chaos that is just threatening. What's up, Flashback? It is threatening to just drown out the truth, right? So let's break it down. I got to refer to my slides now. All right, so on April 2nd, Memorial High School Stadium which we're looking at a portion of a picture of. This is in Frisco, Texas. Carmelo Anthony, pictured here in his Centennial football uniform, he tries to avoid rain by stepping under Memorial's tent. Once again, Anthony is from Centennial, and he's going to step under the Warriors tent, the Memorial Warriors tent, right? Because it is raining. He's trying to avoid the rain. Now, when he steps under the tent, Austin Metcalf tells him to leave. This is Austin Metcalf. He says, like, yo, get out of here. This is Memorial's tent. I'm paraphrasing here. But this is Memorial's tent. You're Centennial. Get out of here. Right? So now words are exchanged under that tent where Anthony warns him, hey, if you come over here and touch me, see what happens. Basically, touch me and see what happens. Now, he's saying this while he's reaching into his backpack, and this is the police report saying. All right. At this point, Metcalf grabs Anthony, and Anthony stabs Austin once in the chest under that tent. Now, Austin collapses, and then his twin brother here, I believe his name's Hunter, he rushes to his aid. There's some trainers over there. They're trying CPR on Austin, but ultimately, Austin dies at the hospital. Now, Anthony is arrested. He's charged with murder, $1 million bond, later cut to $250,000 after some online, not hijinks though, but little protests and people wondering, why his bail was so high, considering other people in similar situations. Why is his bail so high? So that was an argument. Ultimately, bail was reduced to $250,000. Right now, he's out on bail. I believe he has an ankle monitor. A couple provisions of him not being in jail is he can't contact the Metcalf family at all. So that's the thing. Now, you should know that under Texas law, 17-year-olds can be charged as adults, but minors cannot face that Texas death penalty machine, nor are they eligible to face a sentence of life without parole. All right. Anthony's initial claim was self-defense to the police. He did ask if he killed Metcalf, and then he basically said he did what he did in self-defense. Right now, Carmelo Anthony's legal team, they are claiming self-defense and citing that there was a size difference between the two. I believe they probably had about a good 50, 60 pound weight difference on there. Both track athletes, both football players, but Austin Metcalf, big linebacker. Carmelo Anthony, I have no idea what he played. Maybe a corner or something like that. Wide receiver, something like that. All right. So, first and foremost, let's bust up some of these rumors that are going on online. We've heard there's a rumor that the Austin twins was involved. I believe I even heard Dr. Umar saying that one of the Austin twins were involved. There's a lot of talk going around the internet, especially with situations like this. But officially, at this moment, that is not a fact. There is no credible evidence that Austin's twin brother was involved in any of those fights. That is the official word as of now. Trial comes around, something different comes out. Obviously, that's my disclaimer for this whole little segment here. Now, they're also saying that the Carmelo Anthony's family is using donation money because they received sizable donations to help his legal defense. It's nearing over $700,000 as I'm speaking right now. But a lot of rumors were going around saying that the family used donation money for luxury SUVs for buying a house, and that fact has already been debunked. They were already living in their neighborhood. They had their cars and everything like that. That money is to their say is actually going to Carmelo Anthony's defense. Now, there are also rampant rumors that I've seen flying around the internet saying that, hey, Carmelo stabbed him, but that wasn't what killed him. Kind of like how people use the defense that not Freddie. What's my man that just died in Minnesota with the knee on his neck? Anyway, they were saying that, he had meth in his system. He already had, heart issues and everything like that, and that's what he died from. And there are a lot of people saying that Austin Metcalf actually died of an overdose, and that is not true at all. The autopsy did confirm that he died from the stab wound to his chest. It's also a rumor that this was gang related, and that's been debunked because it was a school event and they had no prior connection. A lot of people are saying that, hey, it took place over the weekend. This wasn't a school event. And it was a school event. It was a school track event. They were wearing the school uniforms, Centennial, Memorial. They were at the Memorial Fields behind Memorial School. And that's what it took. So, yes, it was a school-sanctioned event. Right now, Hunter Metcalf has nothing to do with it officially, Whistly. Now, you might have seen me trying to sneak to the side because during all this hijinks, a white supremacist group came out. The group is called Protect White Americans, and they basically attempted to hijack this tragedy, and Austin's father had something to say about that.
My hope was to bring awareness.
Folks, you had a couple of dumbasses
so this tragedy doesn't happen to another.
I got them all mixed up here. All right, so this came off of Roland Martin's Unfiltered. He covered this during one of his shows a couple days ago, 2 weeks ago, and we're going to check out something crazy that happened.
He is acting out of fear, not out of.
All right, so the guy pictured in the red tie, his name is Jack Lang. He's an ultra right-wing conservative, and I believe he is running for office somewhere in Texas. The gentleman with the cowboy hat on is Bruce Jackson? Sorry, Bruce Carter. Here we go. Bruce Carter is talking with Jake Lang, founder of the group Protect White Americans. And he's at the protest over the Frisco stabbing case, and he's trying to turn this tragic event into a little camera time and a little self-promotion for whatever the hell he's doing running for office in Texas. And basically, Bruce is over here trying to tell him that, hey, this isn't right. The father, Austin Metcalf's father, doesn't believe what you're saying is right. You're being a total jerk. And this is what we're going to see play out in this video. This video is ultra compelling to watch. If you don't have any emotions after watching this on behalf of Austin Metcalf's father, then you might want to visit a doctor.
Jeff Metcalf.
Okay.
And what he's asking you is to not use his son's image or likeness in what you're doing. You can do what you do, but that's not what he wants his son tied to.
Okay.
Out of respect for that family.
Now, I would ask Jeff Metcalf if he would be bold enough to act like a father of a deceased young man that was murdered instead of being somebody suppressed, worried that he's going to spark the next race riots or some type of thing. He needs to stand for righteousness, not for conflict. The consequences of righteous actions always need to be taken seriously. He needs to be righteous before he is fearful. He is acting out of fear, not out of righteousness. He should have been on the top of the bus today. He should have been standing shoulder to shoulder with me.
Are you a father?
No, I'm not.
I'm a father.
Amen.
I'm a father.
All right. it's hard for me to watch this. I'll keep playing it if you guys want me to play it. But let me check in with my peoples out there real quick. Got to check in with the gang. How about maybe over here? We live Mo 3 times. Will, love, Flash, what's good? Thanks for being here. Everybody else out there that's watching, I just want to know. All right, Bruce Carter is representing Jeff Metcalf, who is Austin Metcalf's father. Austin Metcalf being the now deceased student from Memorial High School, Frisco, Texas. Jack Lang is here. This is Jack Lang. I will show you again. Gentleman, red tie, a blue suit. And Jeff Lang is doing some self-promotion for his Protect White Americans little group over there. And Bruce Carter, the man wearing the cowboy hat, is basically sending a message to Jack Lang saying, hey, listen, this is a tragic moment. The father has reached out to me and let me know that he's not in agreement with what you're doing here. He doesn't want his son's name or memory to be used in such a way that we find reprehensible. We don't want you using his name. And when a grieving father makes that type of request to you, is there any other response that is like on point, for lack of a better word? Is there any more on point response than just acquiescing to what the request is? Leave my son out of this shouldn't be an argument. Shouldn't be an argument from somebody this guy wants to preside over. Shouldn't be arguing him in this situation. And I found that insanely cruddy. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I can't watch this anymore. But they do. He ultimately bullies his way into getting Bruce Carter into calling Jeff Metcalf. And Jeff Metcalf actually has to get on a phone, over a speakerphone, and say, hey, you jerk, stop using I'm paraphrasing, but hey, you, bink, bink, bink. Do I still have that? Hey, you. Stop using my son's name in vain. It is compelling video. I do not lie to you guys about these type of things. I'm not lying to you about this. But for the YOUs out there, if you want to check it out, do it after the show. Stay with me. But here's the link right there. Boom. Also, in these shows, the way I do this is you can come back and watch the replay. So that link should come back anytime you're watching this. You're absolutely right, William. Billy Murph. You're absolutely right. He's trying to hijack a headline here. It's self-serving and it's tacky. It's tacky. That's all the words I have for that. I sent you guys the link. I did my job here. Okay. Now, basically, and then let me just give you a couple minutes of Jet Metcalf just talking about the tragedy. This is Austin Metcalf's father.
Family.
Okay, so Mr. Metcalf, it's JFF and then METCALF. You are Austin's father.
Yes, sir.
Easy question to start with. It's probably a tough one to answer, but how have the last 24 hours been for you and for your family and for Hunter?
That's 3 questions. So for me, it's not real yet. It hasn't sunk in. I'm just happy to stay strong so we can handle all the things that need to be handled. Arrangements, people flying in, people coming from all over. So I've I haven't had a chance to really grieve yet. I know at some point when this is all over and we're able to put him in the ground, then I'll probably break down and grieve that way. But right now, I'm really numb and I really don't feel anything. I just have to function. And I need to be there for my son and my family. And I need to make sure I set an example for my son.
Austin obviously is the son, and also Hunter, who you're talking about here.
Yes, sir.
Walk me through who Austin was to you. I know that you've said so much about him, I think, in the last 24 hours here.
Eyes up. He would step on that field and he would become a totally different person. His level of play was above most everyone else.
All right, so Jeff Metcalf is just going on and basically eulogizing his son, telling you what type of person he was, a go-getter, outgoing, stand-up kid. He also does mention in his interview, and when I was watching it, you know, a little bit of my, I watch these criminal shows and lawyer shows all the time. So it just popped up in my head that, hey, if I was on the defense, he said that when Austin would, you know, get to these athletic events at school, that he would get fired up and he would turn into a different person. I mean, if I'm a defense attorney, I am maybe using that in a court of law, especially when my client is claiming self-defense, and self-defense because he was basically outsized in this match, this little brawl that they got into, this tragic, fatal brawl that they got into. Flashback asked, was it really about race or school colors? And I'm going to tell you right now, officially, that isn't the case. They didn't know each other prior. There's no talk about them chirping back and forth on social media or anything like that. We are definitely going to have to sit back and watch this case. Luckily, this case you'll be able to view it on the legal channels and websites. What's good, Ramit? You'll be able to watch this case. Unlike the Diddy case, where only thing you can see is criminal sketches and people tweeting about it because they don't allow courts in the federal court. So, what are we cheering for? I would like to see the Diddy trial. I'm not going to lie. I am interested in watching this. But I would be remiss not to allow a brief reply from Kayla Hayes, who is the mother of Carmelo Anthony. She spoke out about what's going on and what her family has been through in the last couple of weeks, just as Jeff Metcalf did. And you really get a sense of emotion, stress that's going through her.
My name is Kayla Hayes.
Now. Let's check it out.
I am the mother.
Oh.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes.
Here we go.
I am the mother of Carmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband works hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating.
Now, you can see the toll that I'm going to say social media and just people just throwing their opinions out here and about the situation. That is why I'm just trying to, basically talk to you guys about all of the things that are going on online, because both Jeff Metcalf, Kayla Hayes, and Carmelo Anthony's father, Andrew Anthony, they're all being grieved because people are throwing out, their own legal opinions on the case because I just basically did it myself. But I'm saying it goes deeper than that. Anybody, I'm pretty sure everybody that is here in the chat group, I know the Jump Out Gang.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
I know each and every one of you have been through comment sections anytime, any type of incident involving, violence and different race groups come together. You see some of the most ignorant shit, excuse my language, on the face of the planet when it comes to this type of stuff. So I'm sure it's taking a toll on them. I rattled off of a couple of the things that people are saying, that the Anthony family has taken the GoFundMe money and, effed off with it. And her in this interview, not interview, but this press conference, just shows just the emotional toll that something like this takes on families that go through these tragic events. Listen, the biggest takeaway to me about this entire ordeal is this. It's something like what Jeff Metcalf said in his interview here. And I left that link up for you guys. But it's basically teenage ego, territorial pride, and a school safety failure, because Carmelo Anthony did have a knife at a school event. And ultimately, both families are suffering while the internet is fueling the chaos. So this tragedy has become like a spectacle. And for that reason is one of the reasons why I didn't report on it. Because this has been going on for over a month now. So we need to stop feeding that machine. Right. But also, sticking in with the theme of the show, we can talk about the money. Now, Carmelo Anthony has a GoFundMe. Right now, you can see right up here, he's above $500,000 right now. Jeff Metcalf has raised similar amounts, a little bit over what the Carmelo Anthony page is raising. And it seems to me that a lot of these donations aren't coming because people are being, and a lot of these donations are coming because people are sentimental to what, or sympathetic with what's going on with these families. But a lot of this money is basically going as a like. I think the kids call it getting ratioed. Like you have your own post, you get a post, and you make a comment in your post, and then somebody makes a comment under your post, and that comment, the reply to that, your comment, gets more likes and interactions than the original comment. If I'm getting that definition wrong, let me know. 313-825-5557. But that's what I understand it to be. So it's basically like people are trying to ratio one another. These guys are raising money, and these guys are like, no, we're gonna raise more money than you. So ultimately, sites like GoFundMe and Send Give Go, like they become political and philosophical battlegrounds. I think that's where I'm going with that. So I'm asking you guys out there, don't share unverified rumors. Okay? Don't let hate groups hijack your pain for clicks. Talking shit, getting clicks, not a hate group. I ain't no hater. And then what you want to do is come to shows like these, which means if you're here, please share, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you for being here already. So I'm just asking you to go that one extra step. But you want to demand truth. You don't want to demand noise. You got to stay sharp. Always, like I say, you got to stay skeptical. And while you're doing that, it's tough out there. So you're going to remember to try to stay human. And even with this tragedy, it kind of gave me a little hopeful feeling to see the response for Jeff Metcalf, because he could have easily fallen into the racist tropes that are surrounding this tragic ordeal. And he could have went along with the Jeff Langs and the right-wing pundits of the world, but he chose to, speak from his heart and his feelings, and that, to me, shows a lot about him and his character. Kayla Hayes, I'm sure in a tragic time like this, like, you have to understand that people don't, even though you're going through your mental and emotional tolls, people don't want to hear when it's your son being accused of murder, and they don't want to hear how you're going through anything, honestly. A good portion of the population don't want to hear it. I myself thought it was very compelling to watch. I would love to show the whole thing of each of them talking, but I don't have time for the show, even though I'm rambling like I do right now. But the biggest thing there is that they both agreed that it is the unverified rumors. It's people out there, the hate groups that are trying to just throw fuel on an already combustible issue. We're talking about a young black kid killing a young white kid. Both student athletes, both high-achieving students and high-achieving athletes in Frisco, Texas. If you understand what I'm saying. If not, call 313-825-5557. I'll tell you. But they're both saying, Kayla and Jeff are both saying to everybody to demand that truth, not the noise. So that's what I'm talking about right now. And I'm getting upset, so you're getting techno. Let's chill it out. And I got more show for you. Fun and hate. We live. And I got a chance right now. I got a little in. I know I'd be talking. But if you want to hop on those phone lines, right now would be the time. 313-825-5557. Talking shit. Getting clicks. Insane tragedy. For damn near a month, well, a little over a month now, people have been online being mean and vindictive, because that's the state of our society right now. Everything's up for debate. There's no middle ground. This case, to me, has devolved into something where we should be a teachable moment for everybody out there, because ultimately Thank you, guys. Thank you. Because, like, ultimately, what's so tragic about this is that, yeah, they were both student athletes. And we know how kids get, and we know that kids can get territorial, and we know that some kids like to see how far they can get away with. So I don't know if Centennial had a tent and Carmelo could have ran to his tent. But also, Jeff Metcalf talked about his son as not just being, a good student, a good son, but somebody who was a leader, somebody who he looked forward to growing up. And one thing I would say, and we all make mistakes, especially in our youth, especially when you are young, energetic young man, there's so much emotions and testosterone and all these hormones going on at that age for both of them. So, I mean, this situation where this happened isn't something outside of the norm. It's not something that is like unthinkable, but it's a teaching moment. And this is the moment that I think we should glean from this. And I don't want to sound like I'm being biased or anything like that. So hear me out. If Carmelo Anthony's team had a tent or whatever, he should have probably ran to the tent so there wouldn't be any issues, because people do get territorial. We know that as boys from at the time when we're young and playing, and you meet up with a group of kids that you don't know, there can be some little territorial. Ultimately, usually everybody ends up being friends. However, in this case, even if tent or no tent, Austin Metcalf, being a leader, being an MVP of the football team, being a stellar athlete, and out there as a track participating track athlete, could have just welcomed Carmelo under the tent and said, "Hey, buddy, I know it's raining out there, right? Hang out with us, chill out with us, and maybe start a conversation. Maybe you could have been friends over that. Guys could have got each other's social media or whatever, the Call of Duty call names so you could play online later or something like that." That is a beautiful way that situation could have turned out. But people get to, hey, this is mine. This is my area. This is not your area. This is mine. And I got a caller. Like that. Talking shit, getting clicks. You're on with Mo 3 times. What's good?
Why you playing, man?
What do you mean why I'm playing?
Well, you know what it is. You know why I'm over there at that tent.
Why am I over at the... Please explain to all of us.
Number one, either if I'm in high school and I'm that young man, you know what I mean? I'm over that tent because I feel like I can be over in that tent. I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I'm feeling some type of way. I got my little machismo going.
Hold up, Will. Let me stop you real quick. Will, let me stop you right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, William Murphy right now on the phone. As Will is speaking, I am reminded that Will was a track athlete. We just had the pin relays recently, and Will would have been one of those kids over there at the track, just,
Oh, yeah.
Fraternizing and everything like that. So, you know what? I am extremely happy that you call and can give some insight to everybody out there, especially the Jump Out Gang. All right. I won't stop you. Go for it.
I mean, like I said, I'm over there because I'm not. Who gonna tell me no? Maybe, or maybe it's something. I'm looking at something over there. I'm talking to some little girl over there, or whatever the case is. In this case, homeboys told him to get out, and it got really ugly really fast. But it's society we live in now. It's a shame, but there is no I don't know, like
Hey, did
maybe
you
what
ever?
we see every day.
Real
Go
quick
ahead. I'm
question:
sorry.
have you ever been in that type of situation where like you was over there fraternizing? Because I remember we used to go to PLE and we would go around to other schools and everything like that and talk to the girls and like I don't remember any issues from any other schools, any other dudes like get out of here. This is our group. Everybody was pretty cordial.
Well,
It was
we
PLE
was
though.
never solo though.
That's true. Yeah.
It was never just a one man mission. So
Are you-
that
Are
to
you,
me strikes odd.
are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Y'all don't got to clap at everything.
I'm just saying. But all right. But track wise, going out there, have you ever been in any type of situation like that?
Nah, I mean, I think it was all love. Like, when if it was me, Tom, Jason, C's, like anybody, Henry, any of us, that was on a track team like that. Like if we was in another tent or we was visiting with other people, it was just that. Like it was all love. Like, or we was trying to, get girls' numbers, and nobody was, pushing anybody out, no tent or no covered area and nothing like that, because I think everybody was just kind of, it was all love, really. You knew these people from different schools. You raced them all the time. You saw them all the time, But, I mean, we did have that kind of situation happen, though. Early in our high school career.
Oh, you want to go into it?
Nah, I mean, it's done and it's gone. It's happened, but it's the same. It's the age old. Tale.
Could have happened.
What I'm saying? It's unfortunate.
So we're gonna use this as a reminder to like, hey, in situations like this, maybe you can, if you're gonna try somebody and they're saying, hey, I'm not gonna be tried, that maybe you should stop trying. And then maybe if somebody's coming over into your area, hey, if somebody came over into our area, it doesn't matter. It's all of us over there. Like, what? How much trouble are you really going to start? But then the knife comes out.
But you got to think about it. Like, we're all after the fact. Like, it's a really tight group of people who really know the nitty gritty of what happened. What went on in that thing,
Right.
Everybody else is, we're just forming opinions and what could have happened, the likelihood of this or the likelihood of that. But,
I agree.
There's probably a whole lot more that happened between those two that led up to, or maybe there wasn't.
I'm sure, because
or
for the last 3 weeks,
reason why homeboy felt like he had to carry a weapon at school,
Right, and that's another great question there. Like, why did you feel like you had to carry a weapon? And then it seems from like the police report when you're reading it, and obviously more is going to come out during a trial, like the pace and the timing of everything going on. But it just seems like, hey, I'm over here. Hey, get away from over here. Hey, I'm going in my bag. Make me get out of here. Like, hey, I'm gonna. They kind of like frame it that he came over there looking for trouble. Like, hey, I got a shiny new life. Let me stick somebody with it. But ultimately, you're right. There have been so many rumors that I don't even want to go like like, hey, it's the brother, his twin was involved. They were jumping people, and Will, you know what? I was watching an interview with Ryan Coogler. He's been doing a lot of interviews because he's directed Sinners, right? And he's the black director from Oakland. He sounds like he's hood and ghetto, but when you hear what's coming out of his mouth, the way that he talks about the art of filmmaking, it's like,
oh, it's amazing.
Genius. It's genius, and it's beautiful. I love watching him, listening to him talk about. But anyway, in Sinners, I don't want to do too many spoilers, but Michael B. Jordan plays two roles as a twin. He plays twins. And Ryan Coogler is also becoming famous for, how he writes his roles and how he does his research for roles, going back to Fruitvale Station and the first Black Panther, having everybody go over to Africa and check out the culture and customs over there. So in this movie Sinners, since he has Michael B. Jordan playing a twin, he actually got with one of the twins that he knows from Oakland. It was two white brothers who were identical twins that were just from Oakland, and he knew them. They were friends, and he was like, "Hey, can you come talk to Michael B. Jordan about how we would play twins?" And Michael B. Jordan was asking questions like, "Hey, like I noticed that, Ryan Coogler was saying that, hey, I noticed twins like to sit next to each other, and you guys are always such," and they were like, "Why do you do that?" And he just says that, because we're twins, if we're sitting in different spots, it kind of freaks people out. And he was just like, oh, like he was just getting us a whole amazing information. One of the things that stood out to me in that interview that he said that the twins gave him as a little background for that movie Sinners was that he asked them, he said, have, like, when you and your brother fight, have you guys ever jumped anybody? And he was like, easy. He's like, they easily was like, they kind of chuckled and they were like, yo, we only fight one-on-one if we're fighting each other. You know what I mean? He said, as twins, we're fighting anybody else, it's going to be both of us fighting. And when I heard him say that, like my mind instantly went back to like, oh man, it is quite possible that the digital streets are correct in saying that, hey, these two brothers actually were trying to jump this man, and he was trying to, you're already outweighed by 50 pounds by one of them. So now you're damn near probably giving up approximately 100 pounds. Like you really do have a great cause for self-defense. All in all, though,
I can see that logic.
Like I said before, territorial, hormones, being young, being dumb, and being ignorant, and those are the perfect recipes for a tragic event.
But the school got the video. The school know what happened.
Okay, so
they know they got that. You know what I mean? They probably got a real good view, of exactly what happened and how it happened.
I'm pretty sure there's like some people like when it started popping off, one of those kids had to whip out a phone. So yeah, we're going to be seeing that in court. Once again, unlike the Diddy trial, which we're not going to get to see, we're just going to get like bits and pieces.
That's the worst artist ever.
Diddy's the worst artist ever.
I mean, I guess he's really good because he's a court artist, but those paintings, I did not like.
Oh man, I will. Hold on, let's do a side mission. P. Diddy, what are those called? What kind of pictures are those? Courtroom pics? They be doing him the worst. I remember on one of the shows I don't know if it was the Johnny Depp show or the Donald Trump. I think it was Donald Trump. It was the three ladies that were in there and they all had different styles. Yo. Diddy looking like Uncle Ben's. Look at this.
Yeah, one of the articles.
I got it up. Nobody can see. Here it is. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Did somebody give him some Beijing in that one? But that's Puff right there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, hold on. That's the one right there. And behind them is Will Smith and Marcus Burnett, the Bad Boys. That's crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could say more than that's crazy, but look how they did him. Will, are you looking at this? You told us to come look at this. Are you looking at this?
I know what it looked like. I've been looking at it all week.
All week? I can understand because right now I can't take my eyes off of it. Look at this. Look, oh my God. This is crazy.
That painter is working for something extra.
Yo, you know what we should do? And I'm putting this out there live. We should take all of these pictures and make like a like a children's book out of it, but like for adults, called "Diddy Goes to Court." Take that, take that. Make a series of it. Diddy Goes to Court.
Take that, take that.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He's kind of. All right, so
He gave him that Bill Cosby look. Jello pudding pops.
I wasn't going out there. I wasn't going to go out there, but didn't they throw out some stuff? Like they threw out all of the underage stuff was thrown out, right?
I haven't heard. I haven't heard yet. All I know now is it's just jury stuff right now.
Right, they're doing the jury.
I did hear a tape. I heard a tape. I guess it was a while ago. Of him talking to his son. It might be off topic.
Trying to get the pizza boxes and recycle the plastic.
Boxes. Jay called. What's wrong with that new?
Oh my God. What's wrong with him?
But he got good lawyer money. I maybe better than Diddy. But he gonna take some of them charges. He might not take all of them. He gonna take some of them.
Jail time predictions. Is he going to jail? Is he getting out? Is he walking? Is he sashaying out of there?
Well, I mean, he's in jail. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it'd be a waste. It would be a real waste of a lot of money to indict somebody, and you're you know what I mean, you're not willing to get some jail time out of it unless you're gonna give up some good info.
Oh wow! You think he's the link to the Epstein? I'm not even gonna. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being irresponsible right now. But seriously, I'm really interested in seeing like this. Diddy say, "Hey, if you done something, you done something. You got to pay what you owe." But when we're done this, can we please get down to the bottom of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff? Also, Will, while we're here, I wasn't going to talk about it.
Names they don't want.
But what do you think about basically Congress voting to allow Trump to deport American citizens now? Anybody can get it now.
I don't know if you heard, but El Salvador is looking like they UN is going to hold up funding to El Salvador. So they're saying that they want proof from the American government for the people that they're sending there. On the flip side, we talking about sending people to guess who? Guess where?
Oh man,
Libya.
I heard
Libya and Rwanda.
I heard Rwanda. I didn't hear Libya, but I heard Rwanda.
Imagine that. Imagine sending people to Libya after we done killed Gaddafi.
This is where we are.
That's crazy.
This is where we are.
Wow.
This is where we are
and
because there has been a disregard for an entire branch of government. There has been a disregard for an entire branch of government. When the people that you appointed are telling you that, hey, what you're doing is illegal.
Hey, there was just what did they just rule? They did just have this ruling against him. I was listening to it this morning.
Who's going to prison? Auntie, you think he's going to build his own prison like Napoleon or what's the drug? Escobar? He's going to build his own prison at Mar-a-Lago. Come to Mar-a-Lago. I had to. I got to do it at least once a week. Get it off my chest. Come to Mar-a-Lago.
Implement a transgender military ban. They allowed for it.
Oh yeah, I heard that weeks ago.
They did block. I think they did block the that due process.
And they're complaining that, hey, we're trying to get rid of immigration, which is cool, but you got to do it in a legal way, and we have rules, which means, and you're being, and it's obvious. Will, he's being lazy because for the last 20 years now in president, everything's been left wing, right wing. We rarely have people reach across the aisle to pass laws. for the last 10 years, it's been like that. It's been basically a stalemate in Congress. This man has a majority in Congress, right?
Well, that's why it's
Senate and
easy
House.
to just say it's an executive order. I don't need to waste the time going through committee.
I
can
get
just
it.
Executive order this thing because
Just tweet it out to your people and push it through and gavel it. He does it. He does it in an executive order because he obviously knows. He knows that some of those things that he's writing those executive order are going to be hell for those people to take back to their people in their districts.
I don't really think he cares as long as he gets, Project 2025 on and popping, and it's on and popping. He don't really care about none of that.
I don't think he cares about Project 2025. I think he's just trying to get paid, and that's just
that's how he gets paid.
Yeah, and those are the people that are paying him. Bribery in the Oval Office. All right,
man, it's deeper than that, man. They talking about eugenics, brother.
They've been talking about eugenics. Everything's in Project 2025. That actually, with summer approaching, that should be everybody's summer read. Everybody's summer read should be Project 2025. There should be so many Project 2025 book clubs on the internet that we don't know what to do with. I'm about to start one. Let me know, everybody, in the chat, if we should start a Project 2025 book club. I will come on here every day, and we will get through all 900 pages of that thing. We could do, I don't know. I can do a summary of roughly. That's what I probably got to do, summaries of.
We're going to people out to vote in these midterms.
Definitely. And we should probably start it November 6th. Yeah, November 6th. Will's in here, but hey, more the merrier. 313-825-5557. Tonight's show, funding hate. Look at these people up here. All have something in common, and I'm not even going to hold you guys. I'm not going to be like, let me tell you when we come back from commercial break. I'm not doing that to you. I'm going to tell you what all of these people up here have in common are that ching, ching, ching. They all have GoFundMes or Go Send Gives to, which is like a version of GoFundMe. They all have these accounts, and they have people contributing a boatload of money to these accounts. Now, listen, if you thought that it was rough with Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to tell you right now that this is pretty damn tragic as well. Cincinnati, we're going from Texas now to Cincinnati, and we're going to dive into the Rodney and the Ryan Hinton tragedy out in Cincinnati. And it says, and what this says about policing, what it says about politics, and what it says about power in America. I don't think this is just another headline, Will. I don't know if you heard about this one, but basically this is what happened. On May 1st, Cincinnati cops spotted a stolen Kia. Right? I've been connecting all of these things together. And this is a stolen Kia. Now, the city's been slammed by what we call, Will, have you ever heard of the Kia boys? It's like a TikTok trend.
FOI.
Yeah. Anyway, Kia boys trend. In Cincinnati alone, car thefts are up 142%. Thefts of Kias and Hyundais, which is also part of the Kia boys, trend, is up 540%. I think it's like 548% or something like that. Anyway, it all started because on TikTok, some genius revealed a car hack that would easily help these kids steal these Kias and Hyundais. Okay? And when we say TikTok, we mean all the social medias, because I've seen this on all of the social medias. Now, Ryan Hinton here, 18 years old, and a couple of others were shown on a dash cam running from the police when the police pulled up. I'm going to show you the police dash cam footage. Right now, I'm telling you, in a couple minutes, I'm about to show you this footage. So if you're the faint of heart, or if you're all police cammed out, I understand. Hit up one of those links that I provided in the chat earlier for a couple minutes, and then check on us when we're done. It'll probably take like 3 minutes once I start showing this video. All right? So I'm just giving you guys a heads up out there. All right. So now, Ryan was kneeling by a dumpster, and I watched this dash cam footage a couple times. Auntie, I know, isn't that crazy? I was right when I was setting up this show, they found those 3 police officers. There were more police officers involved in that, I remember, with Tyree Nichols. Tyree Nichols in Memphis, they beat him to death. So it's possible, did he make it off? Because, I don't know, Memphis is going to be on fire. Thanks for giving us that update. But yeah, when I was watching this dash cam, it showed that Ryan was kneeling by a dumpster. The video does point out things and images that, because it's blurry, everything happens so fast, but you can see them superimpose what looks like a brown firearm that he's trying to pick up and run away with. And then the dash cam shows him running away. From what I've seen, it does not look like he points that weapon. Still, a couple moments later, just split second later, officer shoots a running Ryan Hinton. All right? Ryan dies. So May 2nd, very next day, Rodney Hinton, the father of Ryan Hinton, and by the way, Rodney Hinton is a junior, so Rodney Hinton Jr., who's the father of Ryan Hinton, had to go down to the police station to view the dash cam video, which he did. Now, after viewing the dash cam video, he goes about his day, but later ends up getting arrested for running over a deputy that goes by the name of Larry Henderson. Now, Larry Henderson was a deputy, but he was kind of like retired. Like, he had already done all of his hard work. He was retired, and he was just doing some auxiliary work for Cincinnati deputy sheriff's office or whatever, like working traffic. And he was run over by Rodney Hinton. Rodney Hinton was arrested. Rodney was charged with aggravated murder. His bond has been denied, and the police are honoring Deputy Henderson by retiring his badge number, which is number 129. Now, Rodney has a GoFundMe page, and he was getting money for this, but GoFundMe shut it down. Will, do you want to know why GoFundMe shut down Rodney Hinton's GoFundMe account? I want to tell you why.
Funding.
His
Fraternal Order of Police.
That's right. The Fraternal Order of Police got together and told GoFundMe, what the are you doing? He murdered a police officer. He doesn't deserve. Right? That's what the FOP does. They're a special interest group. They are a union. They bargain for their own collective interests, which means they get together, they put money together, they talk about the changes that they want to make, and they vote on if they want to make those changes, and then they send a team out to execute those changes that they voted on. And usually, 9 times out of 10, they are successful. Now, on the 10th time out of 10th, what they do is say, we're not working anymore. And you better not hire anybody to replace us until we get what we want or we renegotiate to get some type of compromise. That is collective bargaining. So, it's coming together. It's putting money together for a specific cause that you make a plan to fight, to make change for. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Do not hate the game. Do not hate the player. Get your game up and be a better player. In this case, that term right there, that little phrase I turned right there doesn't work in every situation, but in this one, I believe it does. If you disagree with me, let me know why. 313-825-5557. Now, GoFundMe was able to shut down Rodney's page because in the terms of service, and I believe this goes back to 2017, but that was updated in 2020. So we'll say 2020, even though it goes back a little further than that. That says, if you have been arrested for a violent crime, such as murder, that you are not able to receive any GoFundMes. Not if you have been convicted, not if you're on trial for it. If you are even accused of a violent crime, you are not able to get the GoFundMe. You guys have been with me, right? So if everybody's been with me since I started this show, your next question would be, well, hell, sir, how is Carmelo Anthony's family getting over $500,000 and he has been arrested for a violent crime? For poking someone up. I wouldn't say poking someone. It wasn't like it was, he poked someone. He stabbed someone to death, allegedly. Why does he get his money? Why does Rodney not get his money? Will, you know why, right?
Tell me about it.
I just told you. Let me go big screen. Collective bargaining. A group of people coming together, putting money together to institute a change. Don't hate the player, don't hate the game, don't hate, participate. Now, Rodney's family goes on and hires the Cochran firm, the firm that was basically created behind legal mastermind Johnny Cochran, who was one of the chief reasons that O.J. Simpson was able to spend his final days as a free man. But the Cochran firm demands that there's going to be an investigation. They also say, let me take it back here. And then Ryan's grandfather also offered condolences. He's Rodney Sr. He offered condolences to the Henderson family. Now, word on the street is that, because listen, I'm like this to me, myself and I right now, I was like, this is a simple open and shut case. I looked at the video, and these are the things that I know. All right, so first of all, these boys allegedly were in a stolen Kia. Allegedly in a stolen Kia, most likely in a stolen Kia, allegedly in a stolen Kia. When the police arrive, you see they break out of the car, they all run in different directions. That is a technique we don't know since we was growing up. We caught just a wrong. I'm not even going to incriminate myself right now. But that's a move that happens when there's police coming and there's more than one or two people to catch. You guys just split up, right? So that's what they did. You can see in the video, and the police officer reported it, that he heard a gun hit a ground. Okay, in the video you can see an image that would be identified as young Mr. Hinton crouched over looking like he's trying to retrieve that dropped weapon. And then in an instant, he's back on his feet and he's running away. He's running away, but he does have a gun. The police officer clearly yells out, gun. No shoot, no stop. He just yells out, gun, and he starts shooting. Could this act of just yelling gun while a young black kid is running away with his back turned to you, can you see that there might be a little reason why his father would be upset? Can you see that a lot of people that have been online talking about oppression, who have been oppressed, who are feeling oppressed, who are getting PTSD from watching that police cam footage, be upset, and on the side of Rodney Hinton Jr.
If it was I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If it was I really can't even say that. I think
Go ahead, work it out.
The theme really is, white cop, black kid, right?
Right.
We hear it, we see it, we've been a part of it so often. And now you have, white cop, black kid, gun, I'm firing shots. Training, right? What the training says, what what your heart says, or maybe it's I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on.
I really don't know.
Let's see. Let's look at the camera. Maybe we can get a better understanding of what happened by looking at this camera footage. Let me bring it up, bro.
Was there really a gun, or was it superimposed?
Like I said, I'm just telling you like what I saw, and my words that I am using is superimposed. I'm no lawyer, but I would have to point out in this day and age of AI and stuff like that. But also,
from what I heard,
we're also trusting not to trust.
But got pissed because it was obviously, how could you shoot this kid and there was no gun?
Right. He's saying we're going to see what he's saying from the trial. Because I didn't get any reporting of him saying that, like, any motive to running over Officer Henderson. Like, he hasn't said anything like, I killed him because they killed my boy. He hasn't even said anything simple of that. Everything that we're assuming that, hey, like, he could have literally had beef with Larry Henderson himself. You know what I mean? And came after him for some whole totally stuff that has nothing to do with his son. But yeah, I wanna see how this plays out. But let's watch this.
If there's no gun, and that and that man shot that boy.
If he's shot out, if he's unarmed, yeah. If he's unarmed,
and that dad saw that video,
then yeah. I mean, if he's going to use, I don't know what he's going to plead. If like a lapse of his mental lapse or something. I think that is probably the way they're bending on this case.
Bro, did you see the look that his dad had in the courtroom though?
Yeah, he had that. All right, so let me go back to that picture. It's great that you talked about that.
That ain't like, that's a look like. That ain't like he's not even angry. He feels justified.
He feels
it's like, I did this for
I'm holding my head up. Anybody mess with mine, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to forever be. I don't have any type of remorse. Like, yeah, I get it. He had that type of vibe going with him.
Not a you know what I mean, my boy, was in the wrong kind of. Yeah, he was in the wrong. He was in a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, he was.
You stole a car. You didn't listen to the lawful order. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Which is stop, put your hands up. He didn't. He was running from the police. And that's how I took it. More with the fact that a gun was involved kind of solidified that. But if there was no gun involved, I believe I could be taken back to the other end because, I mean, boys will be boys and some boys will be Kia boys, and I don't think that should give you a death sentence, but in the realistic world that I live in, being a black man, knowing how my father raised me, knowing how these streets work, knowing how these police officers can be, this is not, that shooting isn't crazy to me. I'm going to play the shooting, but yeah. Oh, yeah. I brought that picture back up too, Will, because I want to drop in the point that in this presented. In this this image, you can see that Rodney Hinton Jr. is surrounded by police officers. You guys have may seen this on the news when, you know, there's anytime a police officer is harmed or killed in the line of duty, that everybody will show up for him. And yet again, I am telling you guys to do not hate, participate, which means when tragedy happens, you should show up in numbers to show your strength. I understand
He had some people there
that some people do not like the police or like certain things. The message I'm trying to convey is that just because you don't like a certain group does not mean that you cannot adapt their tactics, especially if those tactics have been what we call effective. Well, what were you going to say?
Nah, I was saying, like, he had some people, like, right when he was walking in, like, he had, you know what I mean, his family was there, like, you know what I mean, showing him support.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, and that's when he turned, you know what I mean, he gave the mug, like, there is no intimidating me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what I did. I'm going to cop to what I did, and I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm going to take everything that comes my way because of it. But like you said, what you're not going to do is you're going to touch one of mine and not be touched.
And not be touched back.
And I just like another man lost his life because of madness.
Go on.
You know what I mean? Like another man, you know, this. We're taking people's their breath away, man, their energy off the world. We're putting another black man in a cage. You know what I mean? We're you know, just breeding destruction. You know, like this case happens, you know, happened where it happened. Texas happened where it happened, but this is every day. This is just the clickable that made the headline. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. We're killing each other, allowing ourselves to be put in cages and put in holes because you know that's where they want.
A man is accused of running down a.
I don't know where I put the. Oh, here's the video. Let me throw it up. Will being all poetic soliloquies and shit.
Rulers of the world, man. What?
Oh, this is an ad for ring doorbell cams. I gotta go to another ad, guys. Apologies in order for Tierra, my daughter. If it was up to me, you would be with me. Okay. The following video contains graphic images. If you are not for the faint of heart, there's going to be some violence shown and some bullets thrown, letting you know right off the rip. I'm hitting play in 3, 2, let's go.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun on your right. On your right. He's got a gun.
All right, they're pointing it out here. Does that look like a cell phone? Could that be AI? Could somebody doctor that? I mean, because AI to me is a valid defense, but I don't think it's going to catch on right now, honestly. Right now. I don't think that's going to catch on. And I don't also think that he's picking up a phone either. But those cams have audio, as you can see. And if they're able to reproduce a sound of that type of gun that they said they got off of him hitting that ground specifically, then they might have a point of reference or something like that there.
That's a pretty, is that a zoomed in image, or is that
That's like a stopped. I don't know if it's like they stopped it and they're showing him. That's him.
You know that camera clearer than that.
Yeah, we do. We know. Obviously, we know. Obviously, no. But he's going to have to go to court. And at that court, are we going to see a gun? Or is he picking up a ground? Yeah, he will. You heard it?
I didn't see it.
I mean, I'm not even going to go circumstantial, but bro, I mean, other than you're running from the police, you're running from the police. What is something you could drop while you're running from the police that would make you stop and pick it up?
My feet. That's the only thing.
I can't control it. Okay, it's in my family. My father.
That's a good joke, sir.
Ain't nothing that I mean. I'm a hit. Like, I ain't getting away. You can't outrun the radio.
You can't.
My phone.
People do it though. People do it all the time. They got a whole bunch of YouTube videos of people outrunning that radio on feet and behind in the driver's seat. But you're right. First of all, they're going to have a clearer picture in the courtroom than what we're seeing here. But yeah, they're pointing that out as a gun. They're going to show another picture of it too. Look how quick this happens, though. He's running past him. Now, see, they show this, and that's cool and all. But I guess this is the actual gun that he was allegedly carrying. They usually put that bullet up there because it indicates that one was actually hot in the chamber when it was recovered. And Will, you're absolutely right. The officer's body cam being blurry should not be a thing here. But what we can see is that in this image, it does not look like the assailant is trying to point that gun at anybody. It kind of looks to me like he's trying to tuck it and run and get out of there.
Go.
As soon as he crossed him, he was already firing.
Get the fuck down. Go.
So yeah, that's what it is. Please make whatever inferences you would like to make about what's going on with that. I'll throw that up in the chat a little bit before we get out of here.
Is the dude who shot, is that the dude who said he had a gun?
It looks like he's saying gun, 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 then shooting. That's what I got from it. Will, as I'm watching this video right now with you guys out there, this is probably my third time watching it. I watched it last night. I watched it earlier today. And then I'm watching it with you guys again. But I'm good. Love will tell you. I'm always telling her whether Smitty's inbounds or out of bounds. I can always tell. I got hawk eyes with that stuff. But the whole city of Cincinnati is on fire because there have been reports of misconduct with the police from the people in the community. If you go back to 2001, and I didn't realize this had happened, but there were actually riots in Cincinnati due to the death of a young man named Timothy Thomas by police. And then, if you guys remember in 2015, the Samuel Dubose police shooting by the Cincinnati campus police officer. Supposedly he had like a bottle, but it was supposed to be a bottle of something else, and he was pulling off, and he shot him and said he was trying to run him over. Right? But between it's not going to show you. Between the years 2016 and 2020, you guys should know that there have been 13 police shootings. And of those 13 police shootings, 9 have been black victims. And I'm letting you know again, let me reiterate, from 2016 to 2020, 13 police shootings, 9 of them black. 2025, I can't even talk. 2025, Ryan Hinton is the 6th shooting. The 6th shooting in 9 weeks. What are we cheering for? Reforms. Now, if you want to ask, I know you're like, who's going to Trump? I wasn't trying to bring it up, but think about it. Will, think about it. Since this guy's been in office, he's loving up on police. He loves the blue. He loves the blue, unless they're protecting the Capitol from January 6th insurrectionists or arresting them. But other than that, he loves the blue. But if you think about it, Trump administration, they want no federal convictions for cops, and he's been very vocal about this. They want no Department of Justice probes on police officers or the precincts and stations that they come from. And he's also talked about expanding qualified immunity. So when you're in one of these cases like we're seeing where, hey, we can see that it's obviously a kid that acting up. He's acting his ass out, and he made a bad mistake from running from the cops. And it didn't look like he was out there trying to have a shootout with the cops or do anything like that. But young people, you should realize once you pick up a gun and you start running, I could assume that while you're running, you can just turn around and try to shoot me or willy-nilly throw behind your head so you can get away, because you're trying to get away and you're so scared you might do anything to get away and not face consequences of going to jail. So me personally, I have no problem right now with this shooting. Now, if we find out that all of that superimposition or whatever I just showed you in that police video, if we find out that, hey, it was no gun, he was just picking up some Tic Tacs or something like that, and then Rodney Hinton, I am not mad at what you did. And that's in regards to Ryan Hinton being shot by the police officer who has not been officially named yet. Now, Rodney Hinton, Pop's going back to do that to a random police officer. If he did that as revenge for the killing of his son, then I'm saying he is wrong. Will, the reason why I'm saying that he is wrong is because he should have found out who the actual police officer who did it. If he had just seen the video, I'm pretty sure he's seen a different version than what we're seeing. Maybe one that's clear, which identifies the shooter, the participants in this event, and then he would know the police officer, and then he could get with that police officer or whoever was there, and get with them that way. But for him to just go and get Larry Henderson, especially if it's something that they're going to contend that is actually premeditated or whatever, then that's what we have. Ultimately, I think we have a father that was mourning his son. He felt the oppression for a minute, and he had a breakdown. And you're absolutely right. He let that anger and he let that grief get him. That's what he does.
And I think before he could even, they're chemical reactions in your head. When you're angry,
your son is
you
shot.
Can't calm down until you get that.
Yeah, your son is shot. You go view the video, and on that same day, hours later, maybe not even hours later after that, you find yourself running over a police officer because you got it in your head that you're going to kill the first pig you see, quote unquote.
I can't control it.
Yes, I can.
The average human being
couldn't.
don't got time to research about no.
No, aliens are aliens. Angels are aliens. All right, so, but let's just see that, shootings are up. And it might be because some of these policies here. Funding hate, talking shit, getting clicks. Hey, guys, I'm going to overtime. I've been trying to give you guys the little funky hour for the last couple of weeks. We're going to go in a little bit tonight. So, yeah, I don't know with that one. It's like a mix of poverty, of crime, over policing, political cover. I mean, it's tragedies on the loop over there in Cincinnati. But until we break it, we're going to be stuck burying more Ryans and more Rodneys, more Larrys. So, does anybody out here think that any of this could have been stopped? Do you think is the Trump cop shield making it worse? What do you think it's going to take to change this? Call me, hit me up. 313-825-5557. Do that. Next up, Minnesota playground meltdown, a viral video, and a $700K payday. The incident, listen, recently, late April 2025, at Soldiers Field Memorial Park here in beautiful Rochester, Minnesota, a 5-year-old Somali autistic black boy just trying to play. This is an AI generated image of a 5-year-old Somali. I didn't put autistic baby. Okay. That's what that is. But anyway, is accused by a white woman of stealing from her kid's diaper bag. Okay. And her reaction to this 5-year-old, she hits him with all types of N-words. Now, fortunately for us in this show, there was a Somali American man by the name of Sharmake Omar. He pulled out his phone and he confronted her and shit. Should I just play a video? Maybe. I'm going to play the video. Where is it? Oh. This video? This is not even a video. Oh, here it is. I'll be on point sometimes. Ladies, gentlemen, gratuitous use of the N-word. Just letting you know.
You call him the child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people.
Nobody digging through. That little kid, you call him the little child? Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, and the N-word.
That's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be the that. Huh. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
Do you think she's wrong? Do you think she's wrong in this? Or do you think Sharmaki's just being a liberal cuck? I had to say that. Liberal cuck. Is he? Let me know. 313-825-5557. But anyway, guys, if you want to know who that is, her name is Shiloh Hendricks. Her name is Shiloh Hendricks. That's right. The woman in the video. She jumps, and then, she jumps on Give, Send, Go, paints herself as the real victim, claims she's getting threats, and she says she needs to move her family. Now, I wasn't going to ask this question, but I got to ask this question because I got to know. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-year-old kid, autistic or not autistic, at the park, sees a bag, goes through the bag. As an adult, how do you handle that? Call in 313-825-5557. Would you call him any names? Would you go correct him real quick? Like, no, that's not yours. 5 years old, mind you, 5 years old. You say, hey, that's not yours, get away from that. Or, hey, what are you looking at
You beat her
there?
upside her head, you going to jail. But she needs her to get it beat up inside the head.
Are we fighting? William, I don't, listen, this is a kind of a family-oriented show, but I'm not going to lie. I am of that volition. I fight racism with my fists, too. You call me out my name, you might get smacked. I can't help it. I've been trying to get out of that because obviously a lot of times people are so crud, especially in different situations. Like you got the upper hand or someone feels very low. What they will try to do is they will throw out that N-word or try to be racist or, mock you because it's a last-ditch effort to try to get you to violate them. Because if you violate them, then you'll be wrong and then now they're the victim. So they want to re-victimize yourself. You know what I mean? So in those cases like that,
they're gonna play victim from the jump.
You would like to just punch her in her throat. I mean, I'm looking at her neck right now, and she's got a lump where there shouldn't be no lump. That might be, but that's not right. That's not right to get low like that. But yeah, that's a little 5-year-old kid. If anybody thinks that she deserved to call that kid out of his name or anything like that, then let me know. 313-825-5557. I'm going to say like this. These are children.
She's probably the worst of the races.
It takes a village. It takes a village there, I'm going to say. But guess why? She's even, not even for that, because people get called the N-word all the time. Kids, babies, old people, everybody in between, dogs, cats, everybody gets called N-word. My thing is this. She's raised over $700,000. Yo, I went on her GoFundMe today. I went on, her Gifts and Go, and this thing was, I was hoping it was still doing it by the time I got to this. It was flickering. They had to shut it down for a minute. She's at damn near she's at $743,000 for,
because people feel like her. Like she's not the only one that feels like that. Like that's what that tells you.
Exactly.
They feel like, this is either how I feel, well, it's how I feel. I agree with you. Oh yes. And you said, I've been wanting to say it for so long, and you said it, here's $100,000.
Here, take this 20. You make my day for that.
Yeah, it's been 50. I've been wanting to say that to a little 7-year-old for 22 years.
Yeah, this little skateboarding across my lawn.
The messages on there you probably want to look at, like, oh, thank you for finally telling it how it is. Those 5-year-olds, they really get on my nerves.
That chaps my ass. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's crazy. So yeah, she started to go
over that word.
Oh my. Oh. That's all I got to do. Just hit that button. Gifts and Go. She starts a Gifts and Go and says, hello, my name is Shiloh and I have put into a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. I called the kid out for what he was. Another man who we recently found out has had a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security has been leaked, my address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school. Even where I exercise has been exposed. I'm asking you for your help to assist in protecting my family. I fear that we must relocate. I have 2 small children who do not deserve this. We have been threatened to the extreme by people online. Anything will help. We cannot and will not live in fear. So what we are seeing themes on right now is that when things like this happen, people are being harassed from people online. One of the sins of the internet. And also, they are making a lot of moolah off of violence and ignorance. and she is allowed to. All right.
The moving
Terms of
fees.
terms
You know
of
what I mean?
terms of service says you cannot give GoFundMe for somebody who has committed for a violent act. Was her language not a violent act? Could her language be considered a violent act? I'm just asking. Can we get her dough pulled? Can we?
Listen, that poor woman called.
Look, he wasn't 6. If he was 6, you could have lynched him.
She getting threatened.
Triple down.
You know, and got video doing it. She probably did it before, said it before. She's got video doing it.
Obviously,
she's gonna spin it how she wants.
She's definitely said it before. There's pictures of her going around of her kissing a black man supposedly and saying that she's married to a black man. But I am here for the misinformation and for the rumors, and I have not found that to be a credible thing at this moment.
Man, that bunny definitely want the pipe, man. You know she like the BBC now.
I mean, my wife is listening to this right now.
Somebody was like, "Oh, maybe we need to do the Marcus Garvey thing." Maybe
you need to do the Marcus Garvey thing right now, sir. Yo, man, this is crazy. People have prayed, they have shared, and they have given. Damn near 28,000 people have contributed to this lady's goal of $1 million. And she is damn near 3/4 of a way there. Anonymous, while we've been talking, she has received, and we've been talking about this for what? The last 5 minutes? At least?
Mm-hmm.
5, 15, 35. She's made $55. Bread. I was in the car thinking when I was listening to this story, I was like, only thing I need to get is one of my white brothers we make a very convincing video, And the more, get a couple of I got a little Rainbow Coalition around me, get a couple of different, different ethnic homies and get together and just have this guy go crazy. Just going nuts on all of us, boom, boom, boom. He's going to be getting so much money. We're going to get this dough.
I couldn't live with myself. I did some crazy stuff like that.
And then we got to up the stakes. We got to act like we got to fight. We're going to have to fight them. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to do our stunts Van Damme style, just punch people anyway. And we get in a little fight. And then he, not only does he just verbally accost us, call us out of our dignity, names, and everything. He beats us up. Do you think that could get 5 million on Give, Set, and Go easily? Are we going to get this done?
Man, you better.
I'm just playing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has always been my motto that all money ain't good money, and that ain't a good way to go. But yeah, the internet is making jokes about it. A lot of people are up here, and they are sending little comments and stuff. And but they're talking about that white nationalist type of garb. They're talking about denying the Holocaust because as soon as she has become a beacon for hate for the entire hateful portion of the white community. I think I said that well. One thing I do not want to do is try to alienate anybody. I hate when people are like, black people are this, or because we do have a lot of great white allies, and I would feel sick as hell if I was just a normal white person out there who was raised right, has empathy, who understands race and color and everything like that, and can actually look beyond that everything and see somebody's true character and true person and everything like that. I know there are a lot of wonderful and beautiful people out there like that, and I know that it kind of sucks to be lumped into a group. I personally know how it feels to be lumped into a group where people are just, it's just not a good advertising campaign for your quote unquote race or your group of people that you're with right now. It's terrible, and I have no idea. I'm rambling right now. But I just want to give a shout out to all the people out there that are just doing the right thing, that aren't racist pieces of shit. Keep on doing you. Keep on doing the right thing. And actually, Actually, I would like to motivate you to, hey, step it up. It's not just good to be against racism, to be to not be racist. You have to actively fight those who are. In whichever way you feel like doing it. Education, fist, feet, whatever. Do you. Anyway, Shiloh does have a GoFundMe. But let me tell you something also, Will. Let me tell you something also. $700,000 protect my family. My buddy right here, Sharmaki Omar, also has one.
I was like, oh.
He's got 6,400 raised right now off of 157 donations, and while we've been talking, he has made exactly no bread. But hey, these sites like GoFundMe, Gibson Go, yeah, that's where. This was the Somalian American that was trying to, put the woman to correct her. What you should know about Minnesota is, and Will, I remember while I was watching this, I was like, Somalian, like in Minnesota. I was thinking Somalia, Minnesota. I'm doing my word association, and remember there was a police officer, Will, Muhammad Noor, and I remembered his name because I was able to research and everything. A couple years ago, shot a white lady and this was going on around, not Trayvon Martin, it might have been which one was in, not Eric, it was around Michael Brown. Remember Michael Brown? Yeah. I'm letting the children sing because I remember this. Around the time of Michael Brown, I believe there was a shooting by a Somalian police officer. His name was Muhammad Noor, Noor. He shot a white lady who was probably having a mental episode or whatever. And it was taken to trial. He is found guilty. He got a crap load of years or whatever. But he was Somalian, and it just made me go, what's going on there socially in Minnesota that we're having these issues? And what is happening is that there is a nice size Somalian community in Minnesota. They are Minneapolis. Yes, Minneapolis. Thank you, Minnesota. They are, becoming pillars in the community. They're opening up business. They are, doing that generational thing that you came over, you worked hard, you struggled, you sacrificed, and now guess what? We got a store. And now guess what? These little kids, they're growing up, and now they're in college, and now their babies are having babies, and now they're getting on to their second generation Somalian Americans in this land that was been historically for a long time majority white people, right? And not only are they living here, but they're thriving here, and they're becoming part of a community. They're running for offices and politics, and local office and politics, which is, we know presidential gets crazy. These local elections get stupid, and they are getting a little notice. Think of it as like a Black Wall Street. These people are here. You've seen them work. You've been watching them since they got here. You've seen the progress, and look at you. You're still where you are. You're still in your stupid old life. And these people that came over 20 years ago, you're looking at him living a life you wish you could live. And there's some jealousy there. And there have been a lot of different elements and incidents that have gone on in that state just simply because people are effing haters. Sometimes, but we don't want to be that. Anyway, Omar is the guy who filmed. He's getting death threats because that's how we move on the internet. Because Hendrick's fundraiser page posted his police record. Somebody from his page, from her page, posted his police record, which, as you heard when I was reading her site introduction on Gibson Go, she mentions his police record. So she utilized a comment given to her by somebody that supports what she did to actually write a description for her site. So she's upset because people are doxing her, but at the same time, she's using information that was doxed from Shermaki. I mean,
yeah, nobody likes it when it's done to them.
When the rabbit has the gun.
The gun, yeah.
But the thing is, Will, like, that would be just a nice sense of justice. That would be a hearty sense of justice. Like, oh, you see how it feels? But Will, she technically doesn't get to see how it feels because she has raised over 100 times more money than Shermaki Omar has raised. So there are getting two different results from this BS. And the only thing I was like, damn, yo, how can we fix this? Will, I've been racking my brain. How can we fix this? And whilst putting together this show, I remembered that there was an incident. I just talked about it moments ago where this guy's son was in trouble with the law and ended up getting shot. As a result, he may or may not have lost his mind, but he got his revenge on the next police officer. He sees, I'm alleging and assuming at the same time right now, and then as a result, people had strong feelings for his case and wanted to go on GoFundMe sites and give him money, and it was shut down because the Fraternal Order of Police, the sworn brothers of the man that he had killed, decided, hey, we're going to get together and we're going to put the screws to these social media donation sites, and we're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. And ladies and gentlemen, by hook or crook, they were able to do it. Even though these companies have terms of services which prohibit people from gaining money from violent acts, we have already seen that they don't really care about it unless you bring it up. Which got me to thinking that, hey, maybe if we did it like that group, like we all got together, in a group, and we figured out what our common interests were, just a couple of things, because really, I mean, we rarely get change anyway. We rarely get any type of landslide laws. Matter of fact, I mean, that progressive's life, it's been going the other way for the last couple of years now. People have been losing rights since getting rights. But just a couple things we can agree on and throw a little bit of money to. We can collectively bargain to get what we want, which means people like her, Shiloh Hendricks, will not be able to profit off of bigotry. Tonight. That was from the heart. Right there. Now, with Omar, the FBI has been called in to protect his family. The FBI is calling in to protect the family of a man who recorded himself scolding a woman for being racist to a 5-year-old black autistic baby. Yo, and then social media obviously got in on this. Social media definitely got in on this. Oh, the NAACP did raise money for the child's family. So Shermaki got about $6,500 right now. The baby who was, I don't know how this is going to affect them, but that type of language and vitriol coming from a grown adult woman to that child, that hate, those hateful vibes going to that child, $340,000, $100,000 is a good start to help him. But I'm saying, once again, it's just a start for him. But yeah. Now, conservative voices like Matt Walsh are out here saying, yeah, you said an N-word to a child. That's bad, but I think cancel culture and trying to cancel her is worse. So this bigotry is still being used to push forward some antiquated agendas. But let me tell you something. Let's keep it real. if saying the N-word to a child is bad, but cancel culture is worse, I mean, you gotta understand, you know what's worse, and that's going to be rewarding racists with 6-figure payouts. But let's see a pattern here. Kyle Rittenhouse, $2 million plus was raised after he was shot protesters in Kenosha. This is kind of the reason why Give, Send, Go and GoFundMe came up with those terms of services off of Kyle Rittenhouse, actually. How about George Zimmerman? Hundreds of thousands after killing Trayvon Martin. Or former officer Darren Wilson killing Michael Brown. Remember that? Yo, Will, watch this. You remember these guys? The McCloskeys. These freaks. This guy's got the big blicker. You can see that I'm blacking it out because I respect YouTube's laws against showing firearms like that. She had the little blicker. She's holding hers like a pimp. And he's got the AR. Got the AR. You see that right there? You see that vein right there? That is hormone therapy, Will. Will, you're going to be approaching that age soon.
Wow for that one.
But anyway, big donations after waving guns at Black Lives Matter protesters. Oh, and then the Freedom Convoy. I mean, they raised over $10 million trying to shut down trucking. Oh my God. Yo, and then guess what though? There's less and less ships pulling into port. There's less and less ships pulling into port, which means there's going to be less and less trucks pulling out of port to your local store soon. Get your cans. Get your canned goods. Yeah. So, Will, here's the takeaway. People out there, here's the takeaway. Here's the ugly truth. Yo, it's 2025. It's 2025. And America and racism and violence don't just spark outrage, they generate revenue. People are still profiting off of the pain. They're profiting off of the outrage. And we got to ask, yo, when did this grift get this good? And how the hell do we shut this cash machine down? I think I told you already. Getting together, figuring out what we want, putting a little bit of change to it, and going out and getting it from there. I want to hear from you guys. I got my call in on the wrong screen here. So if you did call in, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't get to you. But listen, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Should platforms like GoFundMe, Give, Send, Go ban fundraisers tied to racist or violent incidents? I mean, because I know that group is going to talk about the First Amendment and freedom of speech, but honestly, we all know they only want freedom to call people niggas, and they want to call, gay people the F words, and they just want to call people derogatory names. That's what freedom of speech means to them. Like, they want to be able to call people names, they want to be able to get paid for it, and they don't want to have any consequences whatsoever. That's what freedom of speech means to these type of people. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. I got this in 2 hours. Will, thanks for calling in, hanging out with me, helping guide this ship this evening, giving your insights, adding some pizzazz to this thing. I appreciate it.
Y'all don't got to clap at everything.
Yes, you do. Clap for Will, ladies and gentlemen. Will Murphy. Oh, man, we did it again. It's crazy out here in these streets. But, yeah, we've been weeing. I appreciate the Jump Out Gang for coming through.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Will Murph for picking up the phone. And I'm I'm on 3 times, talking shit, getting clicks. We live. Our show this evening. I hope you got something from it. It's called Funding Hate.
Look at me out here dodging raindrops, Simone.
All right, guys. That's it. Yeah. I'll see you later. Peace. Oh, all right. Hit some music. Hit some music so we can get out of here. Okay. What's this? Oh no, that's not how we go out like this. That's how we do it. Talking shit, getting clicks. We. Next week, tomorrow, I don't know. I'm gonna be back here Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. But yo, honestly, why am I yelling? I'm yelling because the music is loud. But honestly, yo, I might be back before then. I can't talk. So I'm going to tell you this. Let me give you the cheat code. Hit like, share, subscribe. It's not gonna cost you a damn thing. I work very hard to do this thing. Electricity, internet piles up, and I got the Cash App out there, but I don't want that. I just want your likes, your shares, and your subscribe. We're trying to do something over here. And then after that, yeah, watch the show. We have more shows. I have other shows like interviews that I do as well. But you want to hit the notification bell. That's what I was trying to get at. Hit that notification bell. The reason why you hit that notification bell is because sometimes I pop up and just go for it. Like today I was like, damn, I don't want to do 2 hours because it's like, but it's only 3 topics. I'll do 2 topics and then I'll do 1 topic tomorrow. But I was like, these people don't know that they got to hit the notification bell. So if I come on tomorrow, I'm going to be just talking to the ether. I know. Anyway, I appreciate all of y'all that came out, everybody that participated in the chat. And if you missed any portion of this, run it back. It's YouTube, dummy.
And I was like, oh.
Shout outs to Will. Ramen, I see you. Flashback. Always, brother. I'll see you. I'll be over there in a little bit. I'll be over there. Love. How are you? Aunt Sherry, thanks for coming out. Mwah. And the rest of the world, appreciate y'all. Peace. Yo, I did like over 2 hours. This is crazy.